Joining me from our Abuja studio is a lawyer and a member of the APC, Mr. Daniel Buala, and also a spokesperson of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Mr. Sani Umar. Tonight, we're bringing a sibling of the Senator, Moses Melaye, one of those who have been talking about the Senator's plight. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on the program today. Perhaps we should begin with the sibling of the Senator, Mr. Melaye. What is the situation of things with your brother now? Where is he? Is he at home or is he somewhere else?
Thank you, Mr. Sheung, and thank you, listeners and viewers at home. When injustice becomes a law, resistance becomes a duty. This government and the police have made the life of my brother, Senator Dino Melaye, a living hell for the past few months. The case they are raising against him happened in July. I was there in the car. The policemen shot at us. My car had over 6 bullets riddled on that car. So how can they turn around all of a sudden that we are the ones shooting at the police? Our policemen and security men have been taken away since over 7-8 months ago. So how do we now become the person shooting? So it's not, that story is not true, it's unfounded.
Okay, so...
And because of the injustice on a daily basis, we cannot trust or believe anything they say or they do. I believe they are out to harm my brother. If not, what is desperation? Is there any law, known or unknown? Americans protect lives. Nigerian police takes life every day. What are we up to? They came to the house. I met the man sent by Nigerian police. I interviewed him at the entrance of the house. Before you know it, I asked him, please, can I see your search warrant or warrant of arrest? Because severally they've been coming. I will search them before they enter the house, and when they are done, I will sign that they've searched, I didn't find anything, and they did not steal or take anything from the house. Then they will leave in my very presence. But on this particular occasion, they went into the compound, arrested the security man, beat him up and cuffed him. The cleaner, the same thing. The bodyguard, the same thing. How did you get here?
Mr. Melaye,
no single family member or staff is within it.
What is the whereabouts? Can you tell us the whereabouts of your brother? Where is he now?
Mr. Sheung, I cannot confirm categorically because they have not allowed anybody into that compound. They shut the house. They are the one opening gate and closing gate. There are dogs in that house. We have food. My parents are supposed to be in that house as we speak. Dino is not the only occupant of that house. There are staffs. So we don't even know. They've not allowed anybody, family member or staffs, access into that compound.
Let's ask the lawyer and Mr. Daniel Buala. Mr. Buala, in this kind of situation, the police have the allegations from the police. They say culpable homicide. And they say this case has been on since July. And they did say that they've written to the clerk and they show the evidence of the letter written to the clerk of the National Assembly. What do you make of what is happening?
Well, I would say that both parties are dramatizing this incident. For the life of me, I don't know why the police continue to lay siege for this number of days. When you have a search warrant or warrant of arrest, what you will need to do is when you go to the place, if the person will not surrender, you break into the house, make the arrest where necessary or search, and leave the place. In other words, in less than a day, they ought to have performed whatever they wanted to perform so that people like Dino's brother, his mother, and family members will not suffer for the sin of Dino, which by law, he is presumed, innocent until proven guilty. On the other hand, of course, everyone knows that Dino is a dramatist. Otherwise, the Constitution is clear about your fundamental right. It states in clear terms, anybody who alleges that his right is being infringed or has been infringed or about to be infringed can approach the court and seek for the enforcement of his fundamental right. In other words, Dino ought to have gone to court and get order from the court. And the court makes an order that the police should vacate the property or police should not make arrest of Dino until determination of the substantive matter, it will be heard. Secondly, to evade arrest when you are aware that the law enforcement agencies are demanding your attention in itself an offense. So when you look at all the combination of the activities, you will see that on the part of police, they are dramatizing it, and now they have met with a super actor. So the whole thing now is becoming very unnecessary for the Nigerian nation. And I think that the Inspector General of Police should make a decision. If you want to arrest him, you know what to do. When, very unfortunately, when the judges' homes were invaded by another security agencies in last year, it was done within how many hours? So to lay siege in front of the house of a private citizen, stay for days and days as if he's a terrorist who has come to, overthrow the government of Nigeria, it is unnecessary.
All right, because there is some kind of political perception or perspectives to this, I needed to say, because of what the senator had said earlier. Let me quickly talk to Mr. Sani Umar. The senator is already putting some political angle to this. From what you perceive, your party is raising an alarm over what they perceive as a victimization of one of their own. Do you see this as so?
Yes. Seun, let me also first and foremost say Happy New Year to our viewers, and then answer this question very quickly. One, I will say that this is an abuse of state power. And what my lawyer friend has said is things that you ought to do under normal circumstances. But in this situation, the circumstance is not normal. The police is an interested party in this matter. The person they are investigating, they are investigating over the shooting of one of them. So the police is not expected to be fair and equitable while doing this. And of course, there are other motives behind the police action. Somebody who is being looked for since July, why will it take only this time for the police to now begin to mount a manhunt for him, while clearly knowing that the elections are quite very closely approaching? This is not unusual of the police. The police has done that with Senator Ademola Adeleke. When it was almost a few days to his election, they were now crafting charges of forgery and other things to take him to court. This is to demoralize him, to demoralize his supporters, to intimidate him, and to intimidate the party in power. And that is not acceptable. That is an infringement of the dignity of the person in question, and the police are acting beyond the normal confines of the law.
Let's take a moment, everyone. But when we come back, we will try to get reactions from the presidency on the allegations of diversion of funds and corrupt enrichment by the families and friends of the president. That's coming from the PDP. We'll get reaction from the presidency, and we'll continue our conversation right here on the program. That's in a moment. Join us again.